Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to my channel. Get ready to dive into the weird with me because today we're cracking open the history books to uncover some seriously creepy vibes in the heartland. We're talking about those forgotten towns, the ones where time seems to stand still and shadows whisper secrets. Buckle up, because this is your travel guide to the top 10 most disturbing small towns in America. These places are dripping with eerie history, unsolved mysteries, and enough paranormal whispers to make your skin crawl. Okay guys, first up, we're headed to Centralia, Pennsylvania. Picture this, it's 1962, and everything's normal, right? Wrong. An underground fire ignited by accident starts eating its way through the coal mines beneath the town. They tried to put it out, but it was like trying to fight a monster with a water gun. The fire just kept growing, spreading like a hidden inferno, releasing toxic fumes and literally melting the ground above. Imagine living with that constant fear, knowing that the earth beneath your feet could give way at any moment. By the 80s, most of the residents had fled, their homes abandoned to the relentless heat and smoke. The government swooped in, condemned the town, and relocated almost everyone. But here's the kicker, some people chose to stay. They still live among the empty streets and crumbling buildings, a constant reminder of the fire that still burns below. Some say it could burn for another 250 years. Centralia is like a real-life Silent Hill, a ghost town forever scarred by the flames. Next, we're traveling to Ludlow, Colorado, a town forever marked by a tragedy that shook the nation. In 1914, Ludlow was the site of a brutal clash between coal miners on strike and the Colorado Fuel and Iron Company, owned by, get this, John D. Rockefeller. Imagine the tension, the anger, the desperation on both sides. The miners, many of them immigrants, were fighting for fair wages and humane working conditions. They set up tents, creating a tent colony with their families, refusing to back down. Then, on April 20th, violence erupted. The National Guard, brought in to keep the peace, opened fire on the tent colony. They say the gunfire lasted for hours. When the smoke cleared, dozens of men, women, and children lay dead, their bodies riddled with bullets. The Ludlow Massacre, as it came to be known, sent shockwaves through the country, exposing the brutal realities of industrial labor at the time. Today, Ludlow stands as a stark reminder of this dark chapter in American history. The site of the massacre is now a memorial, a place of remembrance for the victims, and a testament to the struggle for workers' rights. Some say the spirits of those who lost their lives still linger in the air, their cries for justice echoing through the decades. Hold on to your tinfoil hats, guys, because we're diving headfirst into the bizarre world of cryptids with Point Pleasant, West Virginia. This town is forever linked to one of the most enduring and unsettling creatures in American folklore, the Mothman. From November 1966 to December 1967, residents of Point Pleasant reported over 100 sightings of a massive winged creature with glowing red eyes. They called it the Mothman. Witnesses described its eerie silence, its unnerving presence, and its ability to vanish into thin air. Then, on December 15, 1967, tragedy struck. The Silver Bridge, connecting Point Pleasant to Gallipolis, Ohio, collapsed during rush hour, plunging cars and people into the icy waters of the Ohio River. 46 people lost their lives that day. The Mothman sightings stopped after the bridge collapsed, leading some to believe that the creature was somehow connected to the disaster. Get ready to freeze your butts off because we're heading north to Kennecott, Alaska, a ghost town literally frozen in time. Imagine this, towering mountains, icy glaciers, and in the middle of it all, the remnants of a once booming copper mining town. Kennecott was born from the discovery of massive copper deposits in the early 1900s. Miners flocked to this remote corner of Alaska, enduring harsh conditions and isolation to extract the valuable ore. For over 2 decades, Kennecott thrived, its mines producing millions of dollars worth of copper. But by the 1930s, the easily accessible ore had been depleted, and with transportation costs soaring, the company abruptly shut down operations. The miners packed up and left, leaving behind a treasure trove of buildings, equipment, and personal belongings. Today, Kennecott stands as a haunting reminder of the boom and bust cycles of mining towns. Walking through the empty streets, you can almost hear the echoes of the miners, their pickaxes ringing, their voices echoing through the silence. Get ready for some serious historical drama because we're traveling back in time to Salem, Massachusetts, a town forever synonymous with witchcraft, paranoia, and mass hysteria. It's 1692, and the Salem witch trials grip the community in a frenzy of fear and suspicion. Imagine a time when superstition reigned supreme, and accusations of witchcraft could seal your fate. It all began with a group of young girls who started exhibiting strange behaviors, convulsing, screaming, and claiming to be afflicted by witchcraft. the finger of blame soon pointed to certain individuals in the community, often those who were different, marginalized, or simply disliked. As accusations flew, a wave of paranoia swept through Salem. Over 200 people were accused of witchcraft, and 20 innocent souls, mostly women, were hanged for a crime that doesn't even exist. Today, Salem embraces its dark past, preserving its historical sites and offering a glimpse into this tumultuous period. But beneath the surface, a sense of unease lingers, a reminder that the shadows of the past can never be fully erased. Hold on to your horses because we're galloping into Skidmore, Missouri, a town with a reputation as wild as the Wild West. In the late 1800s, Skidmore was a booming railroad town, a place where outlaws, gamblers, and gunslingers roamed free. It was like stepping into a real-life Western movie, with saloons on every corner and danger lurking in the shadows. But Skidmore's rough-and-tumble lifestyle took a dark turn with the arrival of the James Younger gang. Led by the notorious Jesse James, this gang of outlaws terrorized the town, robbing banks, trains, and even stagecoaches. Legend has it that they even buried some of their loot in and around Skidmore, attracting treasure hunters to this day. The town was also plagued by mysterious disappearances, unsolved murders, and a general sense of lawlessness. Some say the ghosts of Skidmore's violent past still linger, haunting the abandoned buildings and whispering tales of revenge. Get ready for a true crime deep dive because we're heading to Villisca, Iowa, where a gruesome and unsolved crime continues to haunt the town's memory. On a quiet Sunday morning in 1912, the Moore family and two young guests were brutally murdered in their beds with an axe. The killer, never caught, slipped away into the night, leaving behind a scene of unimaginable horror. Imagine the terror that must have gripped this small town as news of the murders spread. Who could have committed such a heinous act? Was it a drifter passing through, a vengeful neighbor, or someone closer to the family? Theories abound, but the truth remains elusive. The Villisca Axe Murder House, as it's now known, stands as a chilling reminder of the unsolved crime. Visitors claim to experience strange occurrences, cold spots, disembodied voices, and even apparitions. Pack your hiking boots and bug spray because we're venturing into the heart of the Great Smoky Mountains to Elkmont, Tennessee, a ghost town slowly being reclaimed by nature. In the early 1900s, Elkmont was a bustling resort town, a playground for wealthy tourists seeking escape in the beauty of the Smokies. Imagine grand hotels, bustling social scenes, and the allure of fresh mountain air. But Elkmont's fate took a turn when the Great Smoky Mountains National Park was established. The government acquired the land and residents were forced to relocate. The once vibrant resort town slowly transformed into a ghost town, its buildings abandoned to the elements. Today, Elkmont stands as a unique blend of human history and natural beauty. Hiking trails wind through the remnants of the town, offering glimpses of crumbling cabins, overgrown sidewalks, and the ghostly presence of a bygone era. Nature has begun to reclaim its dominion, trees pushing through foundations, vines crawling over walls, as if erasing the traces of human presence. Saddle up, partners, because we're heading to Bodie, California, a gold rush ghost town frozen in a time warp. In the late 1870s, Bodie was a boomtown, a magnet for fortune seekers drawn to the discovery of gold in the nearby hills. Imagine a town overflowing with saloons, gambling halls, and a Wild West atmosphere where fortunes were made and lost in the blink of an eye. But Bodie's boom was short-lived. As quickly as the gold rush began, it ended, leaving behind a town of empty buildings and shattered dreams. Today, Bodie stands as a perfectly preserved ghost town, a haunting reminder of the fleeting nature of fortune. Walking through its deserted streets, you can almost hear the echoes of prospectors, the clinking of glasses in saloons, and the gunshots that once rang out in the night. Bodie is a photographer's dream, its weathered buildings, antique furnishings, and eerie silence creating a sense of stepping back in time. They say those who take anything from the town will be met with bad luck. Whether you believe in curses or not, there's no denying the eerie atmosphere that permeates this gold rush ghost town. Hold your horses, or should I say, hold your donkeys, because we're wrapping up our spooky road trip in Oatman, Arizona, a quirky town with a wild side. Oatman was once a bustling gold mining town, but today, it's famous for its resident population of burros, descendants of the pack animals used by miners back in the day. These furry residents roam the streets freely, interacting with tourists, and adding a touch of whimsy to this historic town. You can even buy them treats at the local stores. But Oatman isn't all about donkey shenanigans. The town has a rich history, steeped in tales of gold mines, gunfights, and even a few ghosts. Legend has it that the spirits of miners past still linger in the old saloons and hotels, their ghostly whispers echoing through the halls. Whether you're a history buff, a donkey enthusiast, or just looking for a unique and slightly eerie travel destination, Oatman is sure to leave a lasting impression. And that's a wrap on our eerie adventure through America's most disturbing small towns. From underground fires to unsolved murders, from cryptids to ghost towns, we've covered it all. So the next time you're planning a road trip, why not add a little spooky to your itinerary? Just be sure to keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, and your tinfoil hats securely fastened. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more creepy content.